Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ustad Abdullah, how are you?
I'm around.
We've been talking about...
Jazakallah khair for coming down. I know you were very tired and other things going on, but you just wanted to finish it off. Jazakallah.
No,
really appreciate it.
You can't say that because we're a tag team, mate.
Hey, mashallah.
We're going to have to do it together no matter what the situation is.
I was hoping you say that.
Ustad Abdullah, we was talking about the great warrior, the great companion, the great man himself, Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu.
Yes.
And people, when they read about Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and they connect him towards strength, courage. Whenever somebody talks about courage, they always attach the name of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu,
yes.
because he was always ready when it came for Islam. But even his time in Medina and his time with the other companions, like the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar, he was very respectful. He used to listen to these great companions.
Yes.
Even if a judgment went against him, he would accept it.
There was a story on that. I don't know if I'm sure you know about it. When Ali radiallahu anhu went to the markets and then he seen a Christian person, he was selling armors.
Yeah.
And Ali radiallahu anhu was looking at the armor and he was looking at it close. Hey, I know this armor. And then he looked at it closely and then he realized that's his armor. And then he says to the guy, oh, this is my armor. And the other guy replied, no, it's not, it's mine. And Ali radiallahu anhu said, no, it's definitely mine. I can see the scratches on it and the sword marks on it, and I know these are from this is from my armor. And then they actually go to the judge. They go to the judge to decide whose armor it is. And the Christian guy thinking, oh, Ali radiallahu anhu is the Khalif now, so he's gonna get the judgment on his side. Well, look how Islam decides, brother. Look how Islam decides. The judge says to Ali radiallahu anhu, what proof do you have that this armor is yours? He says, I can get the person who works for me, him and Hussein radiallahu anhu, to vouch for me that this is my armor. The judge said, there's no way in the world Hussein can vouch for you. Even though I know his valor and I know who he is, but he can't vouch for you because he's your son. You have to find someone else. Then the Christian guy, he got dumbfounded thinking that, there I was thinking that definitely they'll take the armor of me, but the judgment's coming to my favor.
Yeah.
But then he said this truth. Then he goes, okay, your Islam is so beautiful. I wanna become a Muslim. I wanna become a Muslim because your religion is so beautiful. And this armor is Ali radiallahu anhu, because he was riding on his camel and the armor fell off and I collected it and I came to sell it.
Subhanallah.
And then he became a Muslim then and there.
Subhanallah. But this is the character of Hazrat Ali. Even on
the battlefield, once a guy became Muslim because he spat on Ali radiallahu anhu's face. What did Ali radiallahu anhu say in retaliation? He goes, I was going to kill you for the sake of Allah. I was fighting you for the sake of Allah in the battle of Khandaq.
Yeah.
And he spat on his face. And because he spat on my face, I got angry. And then I wanted to kill you because of my anger. Then I thought, no, I have to step back.
SubhanAllah.
And he stepped back. That guy became Muslim on the battlefield, thinking, what kind of religion is this? This
is the amazing character, the companions had, especially as Ali. And he was so steadfast in reading tahajjud. He spent his night in reading tahajjud, worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always crying, always crying. Even poverty, he lived his life in poverty.
Sahaba, they used to cry so much. You can see the tear marks on the face.
And it was the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even though he's been guaranteed Jannah, and he's been, Allah's, he's one of those of the battle,
yes.
And he's one of those of the battle of Badr. Ustad Abdullah, obviously as time was going, there was also trouble amongst the companions between themselves.
Yes.
And that's another time for another story, another time, inshallah. But as Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala spent a few years of his khilafah, there was fitna growing in his reign. There was fitna growing, and unfortunately
there was a Khawarij
group of people who
wanted to assassinate
Hazrat Ali radiallahu, and they succeeded in assassinating Hazrat. And I'll let you quickly say that story.
When Ali radiallahu anhu going for Fajr Salah, he was waking everyone up on the way, and he didn't notice a person following him. And when he was going inside the masjid, suddenly I think his name was Muslim. I don't know his full name, but I know part of his name was Muslim. He actually struck Ali radiallahu anhu on his head, and Ali radiallahu anhu straight away he fell down.
And he had poison on the...
He had poison on the sword, yes.
And I think Hassan took... again, these two, Hassan and Hussein radiallahu anhu, the sons of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, yes. Amazing characters, and inshallah in the future we'll talk about them. And they're the children of Hazrat Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha,
grandchildren of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
And their story is also so amazing. But Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala, this was the second time he actually got injured seriously, but this one was fatal. It was fatal, yes. Because it cracked his head open and he was bleeding.
And the main thing was there was a poison in that sword. That Muslim guy, he left the sword in poison for 30 days. He actually mentioned it. There's no way Ali will survive because I put the sword inside the poison pot.
You know, this is why it's very, very important to learn about the history of Islam. People sometimes think, well, you know, there was issues arising, there was difficulties, there was difficult times, even at the time of the companions amongst themselves, and you know, the fitna started and there was trouble, and people didn't want certain people in power. People felt like some people were not being just, and they resulted in assassination and killing.
It just shows, because it just shows as soon as you move away from the Prophet Prophet's time, the more you move away, the more the fitna starts.
And it's important that people continue to be steadfast in Islam, be strong, build Islam in them, strengthen the faith, not only amongst themselves, even in their family, the children, because it's very, very important that we understand the beauty of Islam. Islam doesn't teach us to be violent, and Islam doesn't teach us to be...
Just on them words, what you're saying, remember when Ali radiallahu anhu is passing away, he's saying, the person who killed him, let him stay, don't do anything to him. Too bad, like don't cut his ears or his tongue or anything like that. The way he struck me, forgive him if you can. He tells everyone, forgive him if you can. But if you can't, kill him the way he killed me, just with one strike rather than torturing him. Subhanallah.
So this is the beauty of Islam. So Ustad Abdullah, you know, the great Ali radiallahu ta'ala, again, assassinated Shaheed, right? He radiallahu ta'ala anhu got Shaheed, like Hazrat Umar, like Hazrat Uthman. And again, you know, words can't... These little words can't describe the life fully of these great people, but inshallah I hope that this gives the opportunity for everybody else to do research of Hazrat Ali and all the
please guys, do the research of the four Khalifs and the rest of the Sahabas, the Prophets. It's very, very important.
On this note, Ustad Abdullah, we're going to finish it, but we want you to know also that inshallah now we're going to talk about some of the great female companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.